Hello friends, it is Stasia and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very exciting announcement. If you've been here for a while, this is a readathon that will be happening throughout the month of June. I don't know what round we're on, but I've been doing this readathon with Rylan for a while, so let's just jump into it. As you can tell from the thumbnail, the title, we are going to be doing our next round of the Back to Kindle Readathon. This would be taking place in June, the entire month of June, June 1st to the 30th, and we're just gonna have fun with it. I'm hoping you guys like the new game aspect that we came up with. I feel like graphic-wise and like game-wise, this is one of our best ones. I really like the vibe of this one, so I hope that you guys all enjoy it as well. So if you don't know what the Back to Kindle Readathon is, although it says Kindle, you don't need to have a Kindle to participate. This is just an ebook focused readathon to kind of get through those ebooks that we've downloaded and forgotten about, or the ARCs we received that we just never got to, the backlist, the new release, just focusing on ebooks. Any ebook counts, any genre, any page length, anything like that. It also, like I said, doesn't need to be a Kindle. You could read on your iPad or your Nook or any e-reader, any device that you read ebooks on counts. We just called it Back to Kindle. I don't know, we just like the vibe. But yes, so any ebook counts. Our goal is to just get through as many ebooks as we can. Like I said, it's going to be taking place through the entire month of June, and our entire theme for this round is going on a cozy adventure. So basically how this is going to work is we are going to go on an adventure together, and throughout the month we are going to go to 4 different locations, and we're going to spend 1 week in each location, essentially is the goal. And each of those locations come with a prompt that we want to complete. In order to get through that location and move on to the next one, theoretically you would need to complete a book that fits that prompt. Prompts are very vague, I promise. It's nothing super hard, and any book counts as long as you read at least half of it in the month of June. So if you start a book in May and you get to like 25% and you read 75% in June, it counts. So let us go ahead and go through our lovely map for our cozy adventure. So the first week we will be staying in and getting through our cozy home. In our cozy home, we need to read something that's comforting, nostalgic, or takes place in your city. So it could be your favorite genre, it could be your favorite subgenre. If you're in a city that has books taking place in there a lot, obviously that works. Or if you're kind of outside of a major city, that also works. So technically I don't live in San Diego or LA, but if I found a book that took place in San Diego or LA, I feel like it would count because they're within an hour drive. So if you're just outside of that major city as well, that works. But anything comforting, nostalgic, could be a reread, an author you read from before, anything like that. So our first week, we're gonna be spending all of our time in our cozy home. After we leave our cozy little home, we're going to make our way through the Stormy Mountains. When we get to the Stormy Mountains, we will have to read something that's intense, emotional, or high stakes. Usually, first thing that comes to mind is thrillers, obviously high stakes and intense, but this could also be romance. Romance is emotional. A lot of fantasy is high stakes. Nonfiction is usually, I feel like, emotional and probably intense if it's something you're not super familiar with or you're trying to learn more about. I feel like any genre can fit in this vibe. So that's what we will be reading through our Stormy Mountains. Once we get through our Stormy Mountains, we will then make our way through the Wondrous Caves. In the caves, we will have to read something that sparks curiosity, imagination, etc. So anything that kind of, I feel like, gets your brain moving. I feel like fantasy will probably be really good for this. If you can make it fit with romance, do what you gotta do. Also, nonfiction comes to mind with sparking curiosity. But really, if you can make it work, if you can tell me that it makes sense, I say count it. We are not super strict. We mainly just want to have fun with you guys. So if you think it fits, then it fits. And then lastly, after we get through the wondrous caves, we will go to our last location of the wild woods. When we are in the wild woods, we will need to read something out of our normal comfort, genre, trope, etc. So if you mainly read romance, maybe find a thriller or a fantasy. But if you are like hard set on your genre, which is totally understandable, maybe find a trope that you don't reach for. So if you're usually like a small town, fake dating, maybe try a like romance that takes place in a bigger city. I don't know. Anything like that. Like I said earlier, if you can make it fit, we will probably count it. So how is this going to work points wise, I guess? So this will be an individual race. There will be no teams. It's all you. Whoever can get the most points is kind of what we're going off of. So how do we get points? How do we get points? Any ebook you read in general, already 1 point. If it doesn't match the prompt of the week, it doesn't matter, still 1 point. So that is already 1 point. Any ebook you read will count for 1. Then you can get more points, obviously 1 more point, if you read based on the prompt. So if we are in the first week of the cozy home and you read 3 books that are comforting, nostalgic, or take place in your city, that is already 6 points because you've read 3 ebooks and then those 3 books fit the cozy home prompt, if that makes sense. So that's already 6 points. You're already going to get a point for completing the prompt in the week, and you're going to get a point for reading an ebook. Then you can get more points. Here's the graphic, by the way. You can get more points based on the amount of pages. So 1 to 100 page book will be 1 point, 101 to 200 2 points, 201 to 300 3 points, etc., etc. The max amount of bonus points that you can get for page length is 6 points. And then every week we will drop 2 random mini missions that you have 24 hours to complete, and that will also be another bonus point. Maybe every week, every few days, every 5 days, something like that, we will do a point update so we can kind of see our rankings, but that is how the point system is going to work. Our mini missions will be very, very easy. It could literally be take a picture of your current read, share it in the Discord, done. You get it. You just have 24 hours from which it is posted to complete that mission to get the bonus point. So how do you participate? Down below in the description, we will have a link to our Discord and the sign up Google form. Through the sign up, it's just so that we can know who's participating. It'll give us like a username that we can keep track of everything that you will use for all your submissions. So join our Discord will definitely be the main place that you can join us, and then make sure you sign up in the Google Doc down below. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you do have any questions, let me know down below. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Any ebook all throughout the month of June. Hope to see you there. But that is basically all the information that you need. Super simple, but I really hope that you will all join us. I love this readathon and I love co-hosting it with Rylan twice a year. It's always so much fun. But that is all from me. So let me know if you have any questions. Drop the like tree emoji down below for us to go on our cozy adventure together. Hope to see you there, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.